Chi Minh City. See the countryside there. You've seen this many times, yes?
Plane you take?
That is a Russian airplane. It's a Tupolev 134A.
Yeah, we discussed about it at the United Technology yesterday, 3 days ago. Yeah,
you were at United Technologies?
Yeah, I was invited there. You know, the highest ranking official of Vietnam Airlines invited by the Delta Airlines when they visited United Technology. I have been working with United Technology for more than 2 years.
United Technologies here in the United States.
Yeah, in Connecticut, and they invited me, and I got this thing here.
Looking again at Vietnam from the air on a flight from Hanoi down to Ho Chi Minh City. This flight, I remember for sure, it was over an hour, but not much more than an hour, hour and 30 minutes?
Hour and 30 minutes, like about 2,000 kilometers, less than 1,050 miles.
C-SPAN crew on board, flying into Ho Chi Minh City for the first time on this trip, and we'll just watch this for a while. We want to continue to watch the video, if we can, of the flight into Saigon, and I want to ask Mr. Dalton what he thinks is the biggest contrast between Hanoi and Saigon.
Well, you know, as I mentioned before, there's distinct cultural differences between the north, the center, and the south, and in other areas. But in these two cities, it's economics at the present time. I think the whole problem is economics in Vietnam now. I don't think ideology enters into the picture anymore as far as the Vietnamese is concerned too strongly. What I think was evident in '87, that there was a distinct difference between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, has over the last 5 years lessened. And it's because of economics, because of the interchange, because of the business intercourse that's happening. And one of the things that you'll see, I think you'll see different street scenes, that things do flourish and happen more quickly in Ho Chi Minh City. That doesn't mean that they're not happening up north, but they're much slower and more conservative up north. What's missing, hopefully we'll be able to talk a little bit about the center of Vietnam, because I think it's key to our understanding of the whole total problem in Vietnam.
Mr. Dalton, thousands and thousands of Americans probably remember these sites because it's Tan Son Nhut Air Force Base in the old days and Tan Son Nhut International Airport now. Russian aircraft there on the ground. Anything, do you remember, did you fly in there when you went to Vietnam?
No. I was in the jungle for 3 years in Vietnam. I lived in the villages for a year without ever coming out except to my command. So I never saw any of the cities except Da Nang for 1 day.
There were lots, Mr. Kung, there were lots of, can we look at that video again? Maybe it's over. Wanted to show, no more video. There were lots of people out there at the airport watching, both in Hanoi and in Ho Chi Minh City. Why do so many people go to the airport? Just to watch the planes land?
No, they are, that relatives and friends, and they are going there to receive their friend and their relatives. And I mean that all people coming from different parts of the country or from abroad.
How much time have you spent in Ho Chi Minh City?
I'm very sorry, I haven't been there.
You've never been there?
Yeah, but
And is that normal for people who live in Hanoi? A lot of them never make it down to the south of the country?
Do you mean it is normal? Or
do many travel down to the south?
It is very easy for them now, and even before, but because of the infrastructure of the country, so the number of people went there before less than today, but today a lot of people are going there. My sister now is in the south, and my wife's brother also in the south. But whenever you let what Denton comment on the development of the economy in the south, I want to add something because I pay my attention to the study of the Vietnamese economy very, very much. Not only the north, the south, and the central part, as Denton mentioned. Yeah. But let him begin first when you want to ask him anything regarding the development of the south.
Okay, first I want to show you some video that will be very familiar to people who did spend time in was Saigon. That's the Rex Hotel, and it was on that roof right there that a lot of reporters spent a lot of time, and that was the bachelor officers' quarters in the center of Ho Chi Minh City. Notice the billboards on the sides of the different buildings. That one had a Nissan. You don't see any American billboards, Mr. Dalton.
No, and you saw no billboards in 1987.
None at all.
None that I know of. And in about 88, 89, but in this last year, tremendous amount of influx of foreign capital and marketing incentives.
Excuse me, that's the old American Embassy, the top of it there that was so familiar when the helicopter was the last to leave in 1975.
Mm-hmm. That's the music house, or that's the old Continental Hotel right there.
And these shots are being taken from the Caravel Hotel. That's the Continental. All these hotels are owned by the Vietnamese government, correct?
Yes.
Vietnam Tourism, specifically, of the government.
We also have some videotape of the former United States Embassy on the ground so that people can see what it looks like today. This is now a office of an oil company, oil refinery, I believe. That's the gate that the tank went through, and Tet. I think 5 Marines were killed there, 5 or 6 Marines. That's the front gate. You're looking at scenes around the old American embassy in Saigon, now Ho Chi Minh City. People like Maxwell Taylor and Ambassador Henry Cabot Lodge and Ellsworth Bunker and several others served in that location.
Martin, I think the last ambassador is Martin.
I'm sorry?
The last ambassador left Vietnam is Martin.
Ambassador Martin.
Ambassador Martin in 1975. These are scenes around the embassy, looking at the back. We were not allowed to go into this area. We wanted to go up to the roof. And
I've been in there twice.
You have been in there?
Yes. The reason, well, there's a communications section right next door to it, I think, but there's no objection to going in there. I just went up and spoke to God in Vietnamese, and he let myself and 2 other Americans in. We walked all over the place.
I see somebody there trying to be a photographer, not very successfully. We used high-8 camcorders on this trip, along with the standard ENG cameras that our crew were using, because we moved fast. It was hard to do. You didn't have a lot of luxury of time, and you just had to get everything you could while you were getting it.
That's right.
There weren't always answers there either for everything.
That's right.
We didn't have experts like you there to answer these questions. How many times have you been to Ho Chi Minh City?
Each time I go to Vietnam, I go to Ho Chi Minh City because we're trying to build a clinic in the south, and so I always try to coordinate down there. So about 21 times, and about 10 or 11 times into the center.